Hare Krishna. Welcome you all for our Gurukul sessions. And today is Thursday. We have a Krishna Leela discussion. And today also is a very important day. Anyone remember what is a today's special occasion? What is a today's special occasion? Anyone celebrated or anyone remembered? Anyone heard? No one? Yeah. Today is a special occasion of disappearance day of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada. Right? So, yeah, Saraswati Thakur, yes. So, this day is very auspicious in one sense. For acharyas, as such, appearance, disappearance, there is no difference. They're always in connection with Krishna, and especially that gives us a chance to remember about their great contribution, great sacrifices, great services they have been done for us. So one of the most important thing Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did is of presenting Krishna consciousness so boldly, far and wide, all over India. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, then later somehow Parampara got deviated. Parampara was there, but people deviated. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur established again properly, struggled a lot, so much fights and so much challenges. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur also, it was not so easy. People were putting a case against him and so much life threats and all. But Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur continued. And that's why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur is called as what? Anyone knows? He has a one more title, one more special character about him. Anyone knows? He's called as what?
Simha Guru.
Yeah, very nice. He's known as a Simha Guru. So he rode like a lion. So, right, because so many people were wrongly going on. And Srila Prabhupada was the one who so brilliantly picked up, so nicely understood the spirit of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. And that's what Srila Prabhupada gave his life practically. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur gave an instruction: whenever you get money, print books and preach in a Western language, in English language. And that's what Srila Prabhupada started ISKCON and BBT. So recently we were there in Calcutta. So Prabhupada's birthplace so beautifully inaugurated. And now that the meeting place is Ulta Danga Junction. That's also getting very historically renovated. I think February, in the mid of February, there is a opening about that place as well. So Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur sowed the seed in the heart of Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada so nicely nurtured it and made it wonderful for the whole world to often. So let us remember Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur and begin our discussion with prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vande Aham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So let us begin our Krishna book reading. Reading from the book Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Continuation of the chapter 45. Krishna recovers the son of his teacher. Right. So yesterday we were reading about those sections. Especially we took out the lesson about the depth, how to clear. So what is that one stroke solution to clear all the depths? Anyone remember? Yesterday we discussed so many depths we have. What is a one stroke solution for clearing all the depths? Yes. Yeah, to become Krishna conscious, to become the devotee of Lord Krishna. Correct. Then actually all the depths are clear. So let's read further what Krishna speaks about. If after growing up a son does not try to satisfy his parents by his actions or by an endowment of riches, he is surely punished after death by the superintendent of death and made to eat his own flesh. See what a horrible punishment. Right? So it's very much important. Somebody we might have taken from somebody, that person might have forgotten that I gave somebody to I gave something to this boy or this person and all. But it is our duty to return that with a great interest. This interest means some more additional thing we should give back because he has helped us in time. We should give it back. Like I was giving example in our childhood days, when in our home, let's say the sugar is finished, so we'll go to the neighbors and we'll ask them the bowl of sugar. So they will give in their bowl, their small vessel, they will put the sugar and they will give us. But in return, what we'll do, we'll not give the empty vessel back. We'll prepare some, whatever the sweets or some special preparations are made in the home. We'll fill that bowl with that and then that will return. Right? So that's what it's very much important. And Bhagavad Gita also speaks similar words. Lord Krishna has given us so many things. But if we don't in return offer it to Krishna and say thank you to Krishna, then we are also considered as thieves. We are also considered because not showing our gratitude to Lord Krishna. What is that words? Bhunjate te tu agam papa ye pachantyat makaranat. What is that first line? Yet, anyone knows? Karmana anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanam. So if you do some act, third chapter it comes. If you do some act which is not which is not in line with what Lord Krishna has told, and then especially don't offer food to Krishna and then honor, then actually one is considered as a thief. He's verily eats the sins only. Bhagavad Gita it says. So just imagine, the parents have done so much for us. If we don't say thank you, so just saying thank you is not sufficient. That thank you should be exemplified. Like Prabhupada loved Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. How do we know? Yes. How do we know Prabhupada loved Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur? And he said thank you for Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. How do we know? How can we understand?
By following his order.
Yes, by following his order, leading his life to fulfill his expectations, what he told. So same way, if we really love our parents, if we really love Krishna, if we really love devotees, then we should know what they want us to do. Right? We should know how they want us to lead our life. And then you see how parents will be so happy. Parents will be, and when person is happy, then naturally we get blessings. But if you displease a person, then we lose those blessings. We get cursed. Right. So this point is very much important here. Krishna is telling, if one does not satisfy his parents by his actions, see, by his actions or by giving endowment of riches, because parents, they have done so much for us. So it is our duty to give them the good things, make them to stay well and things without any anxiety. So if you don't worry or care for them, then he's surely punished. Yeah. If a person is able to care for or give protection to old parents, a chaste wife, children, the spiritual master, brahmanas, and other dependents, but does not do so, he is considered already dead, although he is supposedly breathing. So this is called as a living dead. So although he has ability to help and give a care for all these people who are dependent, right? Old parents, right? Naturally, they need a support, they need a help. All of you can see in your homes, your grandfathers are being cared by your parents and other relatives. Right? A chaste wife, as a woman, she depends on her husband. And a children, small children, we all depend on our parents. The spiritual master. And of course, in what sense the spiritual master written here? The spiritual master is completely dependent on Krishna, but it is our duty to serve by giving him some help or giving him all supports for our own good purpose. He doesn't want, but for our own good purpose. And Brahmanas also in a similar line. Brahmanas are considered as Krishna eats, Krishna honors the food through the mouth of the Brahmanas. So if you feed a Brahmanas, if you feed a devotees, then Krishna accepts the offerings. So that's what one should serve Brahmanas also. And other dependents, like a cow, right? And so many other living entities who are in need of a help and all. But if you don't do so, right? Like a similar point comes in Bhagavad Gita, if you remember. What is that word, Sanskrit word, anyone remember? One who has ability to do, but he doesn't do. Who is called, that he is called as dash? Anyone knows? He has the ability to do, but he doesn't do. Like Arjun had the ability to fight, but he is not able to fight. He is not willing to fight. Then Krishna says, hey, don't be like dash. What is that word? Second chapter it comes. Prabhupada says in the Purport, it's called as Kripana. What is the English word for that? Kripana is called as a miser. You know the word miser?
Miser.
Yeah, miser.
Yeah, it's like they'll not spend even a single rupee, Prabhu. They'll always keep on running, but will not spend, Prabhu.
It's Kanjush. He has the things, but he is not doing. So same way, we got this human body, but we are not practicing Krishna consciousness. Then we are also misers. And on the top of that, we have the ability to help, to serve so many people around and all. And but still we are not doing. Then Krishna says he is considered as already dead person. He is of no use. What is the use of his life? He is not doing those things. So you see how strongly Krishna is telling. So that's what it is very much important to understand what Krishna is expecting from all of us. My dear father and mother, you have always been anxious for our protection, but unfortunately we could not render any service to you. Until now, we have simply wasted our time. Who is telling this? Krishna and Balram, that we have wasted our time due to reasons beyond our control. We could not serve you. Mother and father, please excuse us for our sinfulness. So can you imagine, God himself is taking the responsibility and begging the pardon, begging the forgiveness. So then how much we should do? If we are not able to do something, we should express, so that parents, they also understand, and then they also consider us kind. Of course, here Krishna and Balaram, it's not that they did not do responsibly, but then the situation were beyond the control. But still they're accepting the forgiveness. Then, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead was speaking as an innocent boy in very sweet words, Vasudeva and Devaki became captivated by parental affection and embraced him with a great pleasure. They were amazed and could not speak or answer the words of Krishna, but simply embraced him and Balram in a great affection and remained silent, shedding incessant tears. So you have to visualize this, okay, this description. How Krishna and Balaram, they're standing, they're folding up arms and then offering up prayers and begging forgiveness. And then Vasudeva and Devaki, they're simply looking at their beautiful form and shedding the tears and embracing them, could not able to speak in return. Right? So this is good visualization. Thus, having consoled his father and mother, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appearing as the beloved son of Devaki, approached his grandfather Ugrasen and announced that Ugrasen would now be the king of the Yadu kingdom. Kamsa had been forcibly ruling the kingdom of Yadu in spite of the presence of his father, whom he had arrested. But after the death of Kamsa, his father was released and announced to be the monarch of the Yadu kingdom. Now you see, very amazing point here to note. Actually, Krishna killed Kamsa. So Krishna would have taken a seat and of a throne and would have continued as a king, right? But Krishna did not do. Krishna welcomed Ugrasen, who is supposed to be the king, who is supposed to be ruling. And Krishna also kept himself under the Ugrasen. So this is very much important to know. To give the credits to the respective people, not to take the credit for oneself. It appears that in those days, western part of India, okay, NEWS, okay, 4 directions, north, east, west, and south. So western part, where many small kingdoms ruled by the Yadu dynasty, Andhaka dynasty, Vrishni dynasty, and Bhoja dynasty. Maharaj Ugrasen belonged to the Bhoja dynasty. Kamsa was also Bhoja dynasty. Therefore, Krishna indirectly declared that the king of the Bhoja dynasty would be the emperor of the other small kingdoms. Means even the Yadus, Andhakas, Vrishnis, everyone will be subordinate to Bhoja. Krishna willingly asked Maharaj Ugrasen to rule over himself and Balaram. See, that's the point we discussed. Because they were his subjects. The word Praja is used both for progeny and for citizens. So Krishna belonged to the Praja both as a grandson of Maharaj Ugrasen and as a member of the Yadu dynasty. Thus he voluntarily accepted the rule of Maharaj Ugrasen. And he informed Ugrasen, being cursed by Yayati, the kings of the Yadu dynasty may not occupy the throne. It will be our pleasure to act as your servants. My full cooperation with you will make your position more exalted and secure, so that the kings of the other dynasties will not hesitate to pay their respective revenues. So this Yayati, being cursed by Yayati, the kings of the Yadu dynasty may not occupy the throne. So what was that curse? Anyone knows? It comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam also. But,
You can repeat the question again.
Yeah. Here it is saying, Krishna is telling, being cursed by Yayati, the king of the Yadu dynasty, may not occupy the throne. So what was that curse? Okay, let's take a highlight of this. All of you should also think, okay, while reading, not to go just ahead. Yeah. Okay, let's find out. I'll go through the pages of Bhagavatam, we'll get the answer there. So this was a point Krishna is putting. And then, protected by me, you will be honored even by the demigods from the heavenly planets. My dear grandfather, out of fear of my late uncle Kamsa, all the kings belonging to the Yadu, Vrishni, Andhaka, Madhu, Dashara, and Kukura dynasties were very anxious and disturbed. Now you can pacify them all and give them assurance of all security. The whole kingdom will be peaceful. So Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja. Right? So if the king is demoniac, then naturally the people will also become demoniac. And the good people will be always in anxious and disturbed. So that's what it is being mentioned. Right? The leaders have a very, very important role. Now Krishna is telling, now because you are the ruler, even the devatas and all will be praising you, will be honoring you. So interestingly, you'll find this word Praja, Prabhupada says, doesn't mean only humans, but even the animals are also supposed to be given a protection. The king has that great responsibility. And we find very famous episode of who was that king who gave a protection even to the animals, other living other than humans. He was ready to lay down his life for the sake of the animals. Who was that? Very famous story. I'm sure all
King
of you.
Shibi, Prabhuji, King Shibi.
Very good, very nice. Yeah, good. That is a King Shibi, right? King Shibi was ruling, and that pigeon story, all of you know. So that is ideal ruling. Very, very caring
Yes,
for the
Prabhuji, King
citizens.
yells of
So
his own
Lord
body
Krishna is
flesh.
telling about similar way to Maharaj Ugrasen. Everyone will be happy and prosperous under your rule. All the kings in the neighboring area had left their homes in fear of Kamsa and were living in a distant parts of the country. Now, after the death of Kamsa and the reinstallment of Ugrasen as king, the neighboring kings were given all kinds of presentations and comforts. Then they returned to their respective homes. After this nice political arrangement, the citizens of Mathura were pleased to live in Mathura, being protected by the strong arms of Krishna and Balaram. On account of good government, in the presence of Krishna and Balaram, the inhabitants of Mathura felt complete satisfaction in the fulfillment of all their material desires and necessities. And because they saw Krishna and Balaram daily, face to face, they soon forgot all material miseries completely. As soon as they saw Krishna and Balaram coming out of the street, very nicely dressed and smiling and looking at the citizens with grace, the citizens were immediately filled with loving ecstasies simply by seeing the personal presence of Mukunda. The name Mukunda refers to the one who can award liberation, Mukti Pradata, Mukunda. So liberation and transcendental bliss. So it's a very much important. Srila Prabhupada installed this Radha Krishna temples, the ISKCON temples. This is the main purpose. People are looking for so many things for a happiness, but nothing is coming. Only people are getting entangled. But if you see the beautiful darshan of Lord Krishna, right, charming face, beautiful smile, which even attracts the millions of cupids, having a peacock feather and the threefold bending form and the flute, and so many devotees around standing, and then nice worships are being done. Right? So that form, when we see regularly, same result will get. Because when the deities are installed, they're not just like a statue kept there, but the pure devotees, they personally invite the Lord to come and reside there and accept the service being offered by the devotees. And especially in our Hyderabad, Radha Madan Mohan, Prabhupada personally installed the deities, all Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Shri Gaur Nitai, Shri Radha Madan Mohan. So fortunate to have direct temple of Srila Prabhupada. So we should also regularly keep a practice of having a darshan. And every day we should begin our day. Once we get fresh and all of you have received that small altar also, right? And if you stay near the temple, you're most welcome every day. If not, then at least some occasions, festivals or Sunday. Or otherwise online also nowadays darshans are there live. There are many people without having a darshan of the Lord in the temple, they don't take their meals also. They don't begin their day, they don't take breakfast also. First they will have the darshan of the Lord. There are many families also, they come every day for morning aartis and all, then only they continue their day. So very, very dedicated. So at least we can take our small efforts, at least have a beautiful picture of Radha Madan Mohan and offer your prayers and nice obeisances, and then begin our day in a nice way. So same result we'll also have, nice bliss and loving what is written here, the liberation, and so many, all the anxieties will be rid of. The fear because of the demoniac rules like Kamsa and all. Now Kamsa is not there, but we have fear of so many other things. Everything will be cleared because of having a beautiful darshan. Krishna's presence acted as such what is written, very nice word. Nice, we can catch this word. As such a vitalizing tonic. Nice. I should remember this, how Prabhupada is amazing way. So Prabhupada himself was a pharmacist, right? And exactly fitting word Prabhupada is using. Vitalizing tonic, like let's say we have a vitamin D is less, so we take a tablets of vitamin D. We have some other vitamin shortage, we take those tablets. So Krishna's darshan, Krishna's presence acted that vitalizing tonic. That not only the younger generation, but even the old men of Mathura became fully invigorated with youthful energy and strength by regularly seeing him. So these are very beautiful prayers actually, which is a translation Prabhupada is putting here and giving this nice explanation analogy for us to relate. So when we get diseased, when the body is not functioning, people take the tonics and the medicines and all, so that again the energy can come. So the real energy we want, have a beautiful darshan of Lord Krishna. Krishna's presence acted as such a vitalizing tonic that not only young people, but even the old men, they also got full energy. So that's what the secret is. That's why if you find the devotees of the Lord, they always look very, very energetic, very, very, very kind of a youthful and all. This is the main reason, because having always meditation on this beautiful form of Lord Krishna. So on what we meditate, like that we become, you know. So Prabhupada used to say, nowadays people keep a cats and dogs in the homes. They make a dogs as a pet. Then regularly they're meditating on dog. Slowly, slowly their face also becomes like dog, and their next life also thinking of a dog, they lose the human form. But instead of dog, if they keep a God in the home and meditate on the beautiful darshan of God, then surely their body will also become godly and they will go back home, back to God. So with one example we'll end. Srila Prabhupada was telling in one lecture, there is in Kanpur, there is mentioned, there is one family, the mother will be there in the puja room, and every day in the family member should come regularly for attending Aarti. If they come late or if they miss the Aarti, then they have to pay the fees, fine to the Lord. They have to give some donations to the Lord in their home only it is. But every day that system is there. And mother personally will, grandmother now, and all the sons and the family members, they all come together and begin their day. So Prabhupada was giving example of that family. So family which prays together, stays together. Family which dance together, advances together. And family which sings together, clings together. So basically, if we make a Krishna-centered our life, then surely same result, having a beautiful, having a nice, blissful experience, energetic life, and strength, and everything will become very, very auspicious. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today's title we can give, Krishna's Darshan, a vitalizing tonic. Very nice. Okay. Thank you all very much for joining and giving your association. Let us end with Vaishnava Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti
Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.